Hello, my name is Steve Whelan. Welcome to my madness. The ACEs, artificially created entities. Now in the stories I introduced the ACEs, and the reason I did it was because as we go through life, I mean I'm now 60, we have incidents in our lives where we bury family, we bury close friends, and we also bury our furry families. And it's always been a tremendous source of great sadness to me, of whenever I had to bury a cat. Dogs, horses, all the other creatures that are in our lives. And I've often wondered, what would it have been like if the cat had actually been sentient and sapient? And so I came up with this idea. What if we actually had a character on board the ships, or a series of characters, or entire family groups, and the matriarchs in those families pass down the information to their sons and daughters of how to create an ACE, how to literally build an artificially created entity. And I based one of them, the first one, the very first one, a cat called Nail. And he was the first that I introduced in the stories. And Nail is a great big bad attitude, very funny cat who's completely sapient and completely sentient. He's actually set up as an intelligence gathering operative. Huge amount of fun. But you can have a conversation with him. And this is where it brings me back to the aspects of death and burial of the cats. What if you could actually have a conversation with your cat which says, look, if you want to go over the road and you want to go up to the neighbour's paddock, fine. Tell me when you want to go and I'll escort you over the road so you don't get run over. And that was the thing with the ACEs. And of course the ACEs evolved right throughout the stories. And the ACEs evolved into these most remarkable things, something that I didn't expect. But this is what comes from writing. I didn't expect them to become teenagers. And they have, and they still are. Why? Well, because when they are literally activated, they're actively grown in vats. And the creators, and one of them is called Marco Spitz, and his very, very fancy piece of computer hardware, who incidentally is sapient as well, and sentient. Topaz. They build these creatures and they map them out and they work out, but they also introduce the biological aspects to them. And so subsequently, when these things are activated, these fabulous creatures, they become members of humanity. But they're also teenagers. And they're teenagers because they're exploring the world. They're figuring out where they sit in the continuum of humanity. And that's what makes the ACEs so interesting. Thank you.